All right. That's enough of the stupid fucking music intro. Let's get into it without further ado. Welcome back to another episode of Tactical Pineapple Live, where tonight we should have less interference. Well, I guess we could have the same amount of interference, but at least Mama Pineapple, Mrs. Pineapple, the Queen Pineapple, whatever you want to call her, is running interference for us tonight. So we should not have a whiny boy on my lap, but if he wakes up, I'm sure he'll come down and make his weekly appearance and be shy as all get out. That being said, we have a guest tonight. So without further ado, I'm going to bring him in. Some of you know him, some of you love him, some of you don't know who the fuck he is, but that's going to change. So tonight we are welcoming Shooting Gallery New England to the show. Whoa, let's get the camera right. And welcome to the show. How's it going?
What's going on, man? Thanks for having me. I appreciate you having me on.
I'm going to kick your volume up just a little bit, just because you seem a little quiet. There we go.
That might be me too.
That's okay. Hey, quiet people are good people until they're not quiet anymore.
I mean, I take my sizes. I got to be kind of docile because if I'm loud and obnoxious, it's kind of just throwing too many red flags out there. So
my fucking red flag meter's like gone out the window. I'm big, I'm loud, I'm obnoxious, I'm a pain in the ass. I drink whiskey, I ride a Harley, I got tattoos, I like guns. I'm everything the American government right now absolutely fucking hates.
Yeah. You're definitely on a list. Definitely.
I'm on so many lists. I don't even care anymore. I just hope one day the list actually pays off, like Battlefield pickups or something. It's got to happen. So, let everybody know who you are, where you're from, what you're doing, where they can find you. Mostly, I think you just reached a milestone recently too. You can promote that. Tell everybody what you do.
All right. So my name's Joe. I run Shooting Gallery New England on YouTube and TikTok. Firearms related channel, a couple podcasts. I throw some videos up. I'm kind of in kind of a burnout right now. So not a lot of videos going up, but I do a lot of content, how-to tutorials, gun reviews, gear reviews. I'm a gunsmith by trade. I work at Cape Gunworks. I live in Massachusetts, so I'm the head gunsmith over at Cape Gunworks. They have their own channel. Check them out online as well. I got a code I could pimp. It's SG&E10 for 10% off your checkout. If you want to help me out, doesn't help the channel, but it shows my boss that it's worth me doing all of the filming at the shop, which is really paying off. Finally, I've been at that shop for like almost going on 2 years, and man, the stress and anxiety I had just asking to film at the shop, oh my god. And it is paying off like you wouldn't believe. But yeah, no, I do that for a living, and I am the most pro Second Amendment guy you could ever think of.
So you eat, sleep, and live in shit guns probably at this point.
Oh yeah, it is my livelihood.
Well, that's good. That's good to hear. Your channel on YouTube, what you just reached 1,600 subscribers recently, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I mean, it takes a lot of effort to get there.
4 years. Yeah, 4 years, man. It's I've just been plugging through. I eventually want to do this content creating full time, so I've just been going hard, just nuts this past year, and it's just getting as much content out, being able to actually use guns from the shop and use the shop for content as well, has made it so much easier because I'm not bought by the industry. I don't have those crazy deals where I get guns sent to me, so I gotta buy all my stuff, and that can get kind of expensive.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I've had people I've even worked on contracts with different people who've wanted to, hey, well, we'll give you a code, we'll sponsor some content, and it's like, number one, first of all, I want you to understand I'm not a gun tube channel, and number two, I'm not gonna be bought. And then the contract negotiations go real south real fast.
I mean, I'll be bought. I don't care.
I won't. I won't. My opinion, if I'm reviewing somebody's stuff, to me, that's my opinion. I can't give that up. And I think it's the same. I'll take money to do a review.
I will take money. You want?
But I'm going to give an honest fucking review.
Yeah.
if you want to pay me for it, you better make sure it's good because I will shit all over it and I don't care.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like to me, it's I only work with companies right now that like I personally use, um, or I've just wanted to try out where I'm gonna give them a chance, and I kind of just let them know like, hey, listen, like if the thing sucks, I'm gonna tell you. But
Oh yeah.
I haven't gotten to that point, thank God. I haven't. The only thing I had one Amazon reviewer send me like this really stupid thing. I was like, this is dumb.
I
Like
got
this
like the
is
first microphone that I used on this channel was sent to me from an Amazon company, and it was a piece of dog shit. But you know what? It started my channel, so I can't knock
yeah.
it too bad.
Yeah, but no, I love testing out new gear. I preach to the point to the day I'm gonna die that I am no tactical shooter. Unfortunately have no military or law enforcement experience unless you want to count my armed security gig. But yeah, I am just a dude that loves going to the range, shooting guns, and having fun while I'm at the range. So if I want to trick my gun out to have fun at the range, but also can use it for life and liberty or whatever the hell I want to do, I want to make sure these products are going to run. I'm not a competitive shooter to really that much degree. If I've shot some competition here and there, but I just when I first got into guns, like I didn't know what was good to buy. Like I did not know. And I think that's one of the reasons I started my YouTube channel for a lot of reasons, but like I've always been like big on like I I'm spending my hard earned money. Is this thing gonna break? Like
Right.
that's my whole thing.
Right. No, that's fair, and it's good. It's good to get the honest reviews too, the honest information, because you never know what's true out there. Like, I mean, you see all the guys, all the gun tubers, they've got somebody, they're pimping, they're doing this, they're doing that, and you get into it, you buy it, and you're like, I could have done without that. I've got a few things that I've purchased over the years based on recommendations of people that I'm happy with. Um, Other than that, it's like most of it's just throwaway shit. So it's like it'll do a job, but I'm done with it, type thing. So I can respect that 100%. So obviously, you say you're not a tactical guy, you're not a competitive shooter guy. You're just a guy who loves guns and do your thing.
Hmm.
So, what is your favorite handgun?
My Ruger P85.
Ruger P85. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, I know. I get so much crap for that, and I'm like, I don't care. That gun has easily 5,000 rounds through it. Haven't changed the barrel. Haven't probably could change the sights. It shoots straight. I love it. It was the first 9mm I ever bought in my life.
So the wife says, "Am I a good thing that you purchased?" Yeah,
You
but nobody
say,
recommended you, including your mom. So
oh, you need to say yes to that. You need to say yes to that.
no, actually, I don't have to say yes to that because number one, I didn't purchase her; she can't be bought. Number two, she basically made the purchase on me, and she knows it because I was a fucking dumbass and I passed out drunk on our first date. Before our first date, and she kicked my apartment door in, and that's how you know she's a fucking winner. Like she literally fucking boom 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 kicked the fucking door in, found me fucking sleeping, woke me up pissed as hell, made me take her out to steak dinner, even though I couldn't eat nothing because I was drunk and hungover and shit. And here we are, fucking years later, living happy.
Hey, she's a keeper if she can kick a door down.
Right now, she was not bullshit, and she was like, "Motherfucker, you are taking me to dinner. I drove my ass here, but let's go."
That's all right.
So,
I love it.
yeah. Chamber Defense is trying to stick up. You're the best thing he acquired. It's all good. My life is completely different because of her. That's good, and I appreciate it. So, Mississippi Thunder says, "Love the Ruger P series." Well, I don't have a P85. I like the P89 and P90.
Yeah, my first handgun I ever shot in my life was a Ruger P345, and I don't know, I just fell in love with Ruger guns, and my brother bought that gun from his friend who bought it from a retired police officer. So, and the good thing is that gun also has 15 round pre-band mags, so if I carry with both mags, I have 30 rounds on me. It is amazing. I love that gun. It's kind of heavy. I can't really it's really hard to find holsters for. So I'm trying to talk to like my homies in the industry to be like, could someone just help me get like a Kydex holster for a P85?
What
Like,
you just want to Kydex IWB holster for? I can help you with that.
yeah, well, heck yeah, we'll have to talk because
So I have a guy,
I will carry that. I will carry that gun. I don't care. Like I will carry it
the
again.
guy who's now making my holsters is not afraid. Looks like a camera just cut out. Wonderful. Yeah, that's always good. Start it again. No. Oh, I love it. We're going shit show tonight, folks.
It happens, man.
Yeah, it's okay. We've got this one. See if it's gonna pop. No, we'll go over here. All right. Start that camera.
Look
There
at
we
that.
go. I've got multiple cameras, so we can figure it out one way or the other. When we were having that little quick discussion, though, like, the guy who's making my holsters now is not afraid to buy a drone, and I think we may have a Ruger P series already, so it wouldn't be far out of scope. So we can actually check that. But I do want to touch on something you said because you had to say pre-ban mags.
Yeah.
You are deep behind enemy lines.
Oh,
I've had a Bostonian on before who wasn't into guns much. And it's hard to find guys who are in the area who are willing to say they are because obviously where you're located. How is it living in a very unfree state?
So, Afghanistan is not fun.
Love it.
Yeah, I grew up here my entire life. Born and raised on the South Shore. Let's be clear, I'm not from Boston. I'm about good like 50 minutes from Boston. It's kind of weird. Like I try and hide my accent as much as I can. Unless I start drinking, then it really starts coming out, and it's quite funny. It sucks. I've never liked living in Mass. I love the fishing. I see Clover Tech out there. He says, yeah,
TP's live. There goes the freaking neighborhood. I'm live every Friday, and the neighborhood survives mostly.
Shout out to Clover Tech, by the way.
Absolutely.
Great person. It's tough. Especially working in the industry now. It was tough. I always equated getting into the gun industry in Massachusetts like how I was getting into the pro wrestling industry back in the 80s, where you had to know somebody to get into a territory, start from the ground up, and then maybe you'll get a shot.
Right.
That's how I always kind of equated it. And I worked real hard to get into the industry in the state. I got offers from other companies before I got a job at Cape Gun Works, and it was out of state, obviously. So I wanted to get my toes in the water where I live first before I started like, okay, let me buy a house in another state and kind of re-uproot my life. So it's tough because I can't enjoy, just like, for instance, like I can't enjoy having an AR-15 that's not just dicked up. Like I can't have regular standard capacity magazines. There's a lot of stuff we can't buy. There's handgun rosters, there's assault weapons bans. It's tough, but I'm looking to get out the first chance I get.
Right. Well, it's tough. It is tough when you have roots somewhere, even if you don't have a reason to leave, like business. It's tough no matter what, because
I don't care. My dad's in Florida right now. I just got back from seeing him, and like I didn't want to leave at all. Like,
yeah, you can become Florida man, right?
I
think in my Discord the other day, or maybe even today, Florida was basically discussed like a live action Grand Theft Auto map. just everybody running around, killing hookers and doing blow. Speaking of, have you been watching the Johnny Depp trial at all? Everybody's watching it. It's the most covered fucking court hearing in history, I think, at this point.
So, no, I haven't.
You haven't? Have you been catching the memes at least?
I saw one meme where, like, I guess Johnny Depp was trying to say something, and by the 2 minutes in, he was like, "Let me guess, hearsay?" That's all
Yeah,
I understand the gist of it, but I despise any type of, like, national TV media. Like,
yeah. I'm not a
I
fan, but I
did. I've disconnected from, like, actual, like, television years ago, so I don't it doesn't have enough liquidity to take space in my brain, so I could care less.
right. I can respect that 100%. The shit that's come out of this is comedy gold though. And I want to get your opinion on something. I'm going to play a video that I believe was from today. And you can everybody in the comment section can be the judge of what is happening in this scene. And it's one thing that's I'm shocked by it, but at this point, this sums up everything that's literally happened through this entire trial at this point. So I know it's vertical, but bear with it. I'm pretty sure she did not blow her nose. I'm pretty sure there was a blow involved, but I'm pretty sure she did not blow her nose.
What? What?
So she brings this tissue up, looks around, brings this tissue up. She did not exhale. There is no exhale, but now she's sniffling, rubbing her
Oh,
nose.
yeah, that she okay, yeah,
She
no, she
literally
was
is on the
definitely
stand next to the judge,
yeah, that's
and I'm
very
pretty sure she just
suspicious.
took a bump.
That's suspect. That's definitely that.
That,
I
that
have no idea who this chick is, and one, I don't care, but, I have no idea who she is. I didn't even know Johnny Depp was married. That's how, like, taken back I am from Hollywood. I don't. I like right now I'm not rewatching. I'm getting through the Clone Wars on Disney Plus because Obi-Wan Kenobi is coming out and I'm all about it. So, but I do see some of my homies in the chat. I see Gun Doctor TV, Aegis Gun Care, and goddamn Bacon's out there. What's up, guys?
yep. Goddamn Bacon's a regular around here. Aegis is new to the scene, not new to me, but new to the scene. Gun Doctor
Have you
TV's
ever
been around a little
tried
bit.
some Aegis?
I have not.
You should.
This is the thing. Like I'm not opposed to it, but one of the things that I have that I've actually not been disappointed with is Shooter's Loop.
You gotta try some Aegis. It'll change your mind. Not just saying that because I do a lot with them, but also I use it personally at work. The lubricant is like, and I don't like lie when I say this, best damn lubricant in the game. Like I love using it. It is just it's priced very affordably, and it just it works, man.
No.
That two-part
Clover
system
Tech says we're
works.
wrong, motherfucker. He says Aegis. Get it right. Aegis.
I've been told by Rod of Aegis. He's like whatever you say, it's all good. He's never corrected me.
It
So
doesn't matter as long as you recognize the logo. That's the big thing.
yeah, logo is dope as hell. Like
Yep.
they
The
are
logo sticks out.
they are just great people. Like great people.
Yeah, that's good. He says, thanks for the love, gents. Thanks for the love.
Anytime.
CNT's in here. Coop jumping in. How's it going, buddy?
CNT.
CNT.
He made
So,
one of the
on your
coolest
trip to
metal.
Florida, I saw some pictures.
Oh yeah.
You got to meet some individuals, part of the Dark family, essentially.
Black Swan Media family.
Black Swan Media Group there. So how was getting to meet some of those guys?
So I've met Flying Rich before. Flying Rich is my homie. Good friend of mine. I talk to him like 3 times a week. I didn't even think I was gonna actually like get to hang out with him because he's about 2-3 hours north from where I was, and I stole my dad's truck for the day, and I was like, all right. I was like, hey, hon, let's go do this because we used to do the parks a lot, but it's just getting so freaking expensive.
Right.
We did Disney Springs, and he just happened to be coming by, and he's like, hey, let's meet up. I'm like, oh, sure. So it was good seeing my buddy. He actually got to meet my wife finally after talking for so long, and it was just good catching up. I only get to see some of these guys like maybe once or twice a year if I'm lucky. So that was awesome. And then when we left there, I called my good friend Richard Hoffman of BWE Firearms.
If you
One of the
don't know
cool.
him, you should, especially
Yeah,
if you're into
should.
Uzis. Especially if you're into fucking Uzis. If you don't know him, you're not into Uzis.
Well, that's the thing. It's not even Uzis. He does MK760s. He'll do anything. He's
Well, I
a
know. I'm just
wonderful
saying he
one.
is the foremost guy
Oh
in
yeah,
Uzis. If
yeah. He
you're
is
an Uzi guy and you don't know who he is, you're not an Uzi guy.
exactly. He is the Uzi king of the United States and wealth of knowledge. But I finally got to actually meet him. Went to his shop, gave him a big hug, and then he tried kissing me before we
I saw
left.
that.
Yeah, he did.
You seem to enjoy it though.
No, yeah, he. You know what, man? Hold on. What is Clover saying?
If you
he
would
would
freaking go to SHOT Show like all the rest of us, you would get to see everyone once a year. Come on, man.
I'm working on it, Clover. I'm
They
working
got to
on it.
approve the media stuff before that happens.
Oh,
Not everybody
I
gets
know
the
I can
media
get
approval.
in. Yeah, I know I can get the media approval. It's one time off from work, and then gotta get flights. Flights are freaking expensive, and right now I kind of am not. I am against flying anything that's not JetBlue or Delta because Spirit Airlines is
Fuck
the devil.
Delta. Don't do Delta either. Delta purposely overbooks their flights by 20%, and then you will sit there waiting to get on a plane, and then they'll call your name up and they'll be like, "Yeah, we overbooked. You're not going on this flight."
Yeah, so
That's why they literally have something called Delta Take Flight. They literally just hand you a voucher for another flight.
yeah, I'm not dealing with that.
I
I
won't
woke
fly
up at
anything but Southwest at this point.
JetBlue has always been good with me. I've never had an issue. Me and my wife went down for like 5 days, and we woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. We got there 2 hours early. We got our boarding passes, and we had to check a bag. And this is Orlando International at about 5:30 in the morning. We didn't get to because it's all the way down the end. We were going to fly home Spirit because it's so freaking expensive to fly any other airline. So, I'll save some money. Wrong. And it took about half hour, 45 minutes just to get to the bag check, like checking our bags. My flight was boarding at 6:25. I didn't get to TSA till 6:30. And if you guys have ever been in Orlando International, it goes from Terminal B to Terminal A. The line to get into TSA, just the start to get into TSA, like doing the zigzags and all that shit, went from Terminal B all the way down to Terminal A, which is about a half a mile. It was like an hour back up. I was like, I'm missing my flight. Like I'm missing my fucking flight, and I'm going through travel insurance right now to get my money back. So yeah, Spirit kind of burned me. So I'm gonna fly JetBlue. A well-known airline. But yeah, that is going to be the flight of all flights. It's a 6-hour flight for me.
Yeah, flying is shit show. Like it doesn't really matter where you go; it's always a shit show. But I just did it fucking 2 weeks ago, twice because flying down, flying back. I fucking like every airport, every airline is different too, like how they handle things and how you check in or how you do this, how you do that, and it's like. But the only thing that I enjoyed was that coming back, I didn't have to wear a mask.
Oh, it was awesome. Oh, it was freaking awesome.
So I went down the week that changed. So I flew on Monday morning that week, had to wear the mask everywhere we went, do everything with it, whatever. And then coming back, it was literally the best thing in the world was fucking driving into the Charlotte airport and seeing the guy outside like, "You fucking lost, maskers." I'm like, dude, you are fucking petty, and I love it.
Yeah, this is my thing. Like, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna start an argument. I don't agree with it, but at the same time, if I have to go somewhere, like, I don't want to. But if it stops me for, especially my dad moved down to Florida about a year and a half ago, and I don't get to see him. I grew up with him, either living with him or him being literally 10 minutes down the street.
Right.
Worked with him for 10 years. Like, my dad's one of my best friends. So when he moved, it was pretty hard for me. So I only get to see him like once or twice a year. And
I give you a lot of credit for that because I've worked with my dad before. couldn't do it again.
Oh, I'll never do it again. No,
Yeah.
no. I when he retired, I stopped working for him a couple months before he like retired, kind of. Um, and it was like I'm thankful I did work for him because my dad's really old school and he taught me how to be.
You learn a lot. You learn a lot.
I learned so much,
But
and
when you go to work for somebody else in the same industry, it's a lot less stressful.
well, yeah, I don't work in the same industry as my dad. I was an interior and exterior painter, and then but I get the trade. I have a tradesman type thing where it's like you got to go and work and work and work, and it works out for my job now because I only expect the best work
Right.
that comes out of that shop. So I have that aspect, but at the same time, I have no BS filter. Like I am just blunt and brutally honest. So sometimes that's not customer friendly.
Yeah. That's why I'm not what they call front facing
Oh
in my
yeah.
industry. Like I am not the guy who talks directly to the customer unless they need something technical done. Then they're like, okay, we have to put him there, and it's like, will he behave?
Yeah,
Like,
that's the
I've
thing.
gotten a
I
lot better over
understand.
the years because you have to, but at the same
Yeah.
time, it's like I used to be the one who was like, look, no bullshit, this ain't gonna work. Like y'all stupid, stop it.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit better, but man, it's just draining because like I'm just used to like again, like I didn't really have to deal with customers my entire life. And I just yeah, now I can't. I don't have like the like stamina to just deal with it. So like that door is shut. The Motley Crew is just blaring in the shop. Like I don't like it's all that's my happiest place. And then someone knocks on my door. I'm just like I give them the crazy eye roll. Like, ugh. But then just a switch turns and I'm like, "Hi, how you doing?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you."
Yeah. Yep. No, I get that. The music is the happy place. I've been working on a project that's just like the deadline is unattainable. 90%, of people are complaining about it even, and they're not even me. I'm like, I'm the one who's got to do the damn work. And I'm just like drowning myself out in music. And even the owner of the company the other day is standing behind me. I didn't know it. I don't know how long he was there. I'm just working away, doing my thing. Owner of the company's there. Like he can't complain about a fucking thing because I know for a fact, however long he was there, I was busting my ass.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I catch him out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, headphones off. I'm like, yeah, what's up? He's like, just kind of laughing a little bit. I'm like, okay, cool. You're okay with it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Good. Because if it was anybody else, I'd have been like, what the fuck do you want? Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Can't you tell you called my name 3 times?
Yeah, I don't even have headphones in. I just play it on a speaker and blare it. I don't care.
Yeah, I can't do that. Unfortunately I'm in the engineering field, so I'm
Mhm.
surrounded by other people. And that's the problem is they're all making phone calls and I'm actually in R&D, so I'm in a sales engineering type position.
Yep.
So the sales group is literally right across the cubicle wall from me, and they don't shut up, which is good because that means they're working and they're selling shit. But at the same time, they don't shut up.
Dude, honestly, man, if I could, that's what I've been saying for a while. If I could do like stuff like I'm doing now, kind of like a marketing or like a consulting deal where I'm doing content for companies and just being a content creator full time where I get to work from home and like I want financial security, but also peace of mind as well, where I
Right.
just wake up. I love it. Like I absolutely love creating content. Like I fell in love with it. I thought I started my YouTube channel for like 4 reasons. One, because I wanted to get in the industry and I used it as a digital resume. So at least I could be like, oh, check out my YouTube channel. This is how much I know about guns.
Right.
And then also it's
Not always the best thing.
yeah, not always the best thing. No, no. But also, I wanted, like I said in the beginning of the show, like I didn't know anything when I first started, but now I've had some experiences that maybe if my video can help someone that's looking to buy a certain product or like having an issue with something and a how-to tutorial can help, I would, hell yeah. And then thirdly is because I'm doing the podcast. I've been doing the podcast for like 4 years now.
Right. And you do that on Twitch, right?
Yeah,
Nobody knows. Shout out. Nobody knows, man.
I don't understand Twitch, man. Like I stream on Twitch, but it's the Shooting the Woods podcast. I do it I try and do it every Sunday and Monday. It's every single Monday, regardless. But Sundays it's kind of hit or miss depending on how tired I am from the work week, or if something's going on, because Sunday's usually my only day off, or if I'm actually working on my day off. But yeah, we've been streaming. I started streaming on Twitch a couple years ago. Well, about a year ago now, and I don't even know how long. It's been so forever, but I have like maybe one person that watches it on Twitch. I don't understand how to use it. I don't understand how the whole thing works, but it's an extra streaming platform.
The benefit is YouTube seems to be updating things. So YouTube is starting to get toward parodying some of the features of Twitch, I believe, and I don't know. I'm still using StreamYard to do this. If I were on my live broadcast right now, I could actually redirect channel viewers to your channel if you went live. So you can do like raid features. And that's where like some of the benefit is, but it's a lot of stuff to try and fucking learn and figure it all out. Goddamn Bacon says my YouTube channel would be a fantastic resume for a job whose core business model is degeneracy and hedonism. You are not wrong, but hey, you know what? If you ever needed somebody to prove that you've got the stamina to sit in front of a camera for 7.5 fucking hours, you can do it.
Yeah, Bacon's an animal,
right? He's a fucking beast when it comes to that.
But yeah, no. So I did start my podcast. Really, like I started with a friend of mine, and then about a couple months in, he was going through some stuff, and he's still, a very good friend of mine today. But he lost his mom, and obviously he's like, hey man, I need to figure out some stuff. I'm like, dude, no problem. And I was at an impasse where it's like, what do I do? Like, I just started getting guests on and all this stuff. I'm like, oh goddamn. So I just kind of kept it, and my wife was the one who told me to start the podcast, because I was constantly telling her all these mindless gun facts that she clearly couldn't give a flying what about. And
right.
But she encouraged me to start the podcast, because like she's like, you get a lot of knowledge about it. Why don't you like start a podcast and just like kind of focus your energy into that? And she's like, I love you dearly, honey, but I'm not as into guns as you are. So
right. And that's sort of similar to me. Like my wife had no want or need for me to start a YouTube channel or do this conversation, but like I talk politics a lot because number one, like I said, I'm not a GunTube channel. I don't go out and shoot a lot. I don't take video of it. And when I do go shooting, I'm mostly by myself, and it's difficult, and I'm sure to film and do all that shit by yourself. And I'm not affiliated with a place where I can go shoot and film and be like that guy. But Mrs. Pineapple understands, and she says, hey, kind of why I let this shit show go on. It's exactly it. She's not into the politics. She's not into that end of it. And she's not one to admit. She'll be like 6 months down the road, she'll be like, I can't believe the shit that you were talking is true. Like, this shit is coming true. Like, what the? But at the same time, she's like, I don't want to fucking hear it. I just don't care. Like, I'm unplugged from it. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to hear it from you. Just shut up.
Yeah, so, and that's the thing. I'm kind of the same
for
way.
That.
Yeah, this is the same way. Like, I don't really care about politics. Like, I do because, like, obviously I care about my rights, and I care about like my individuality as a law-abiding American citizen. But at the same time, it's a dog and pony show. Like, I
there's
think
no side that's right. It's just
I don't agree with. There's things on both sides that I agree with. There's things on both sides I strongly disagree with. Like, my parents grew up every morning watching the news, and that's how it goes. I stopped watching the news right when I got out of high school. Like, I couldn't deal with it. And the more and more and more stupid shit that I hear, it's like, okay, I don't care. Like, I don't cover news a lot on my channel unless it's really impending, because I'm fortunate enough to actually be friends with people in the gun industry that covers gun news much better than I could ever possibly think
right
of.
Dude, once I started following Crump, I'm like, So I'm just not going to cover that shit anymore.
Oh, he's an animal.
He's a fucking beast.
He's
And that's
an
what he
animal.
does for a living, too. He's an investigative journalist. Why would I try to compete with that? I'm an engineer. I spend all my days sitting at a computer going, I wonder if I should put the bolt there.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? Like, I go through Crump, bro. Go through Jared from Guns and Gadgets. I've had like good opportunity to actually talk to him a few times, and they do it much better. Like you have Coda Boy out there, you have Johnny B. You have a lot of channels that can cover political stuff or Second Amendment news much better than I can. I'd rather focus on. And like obviously, I try and tell my viewers on the podcast, like, hey, like a couple weeks ago, me and Swamp Dog Armory, we run a gunsmith podcast on Wednesdays. We haven't done it in a while because either he's traveling, I'm slammed at work. I don't get home till like 8 o'clock, and we don't do it till 9. And it's like we're trying to get a consistent schedule together, but at the same time, it's just like past like month has been crazy. But we covered just like the new ATF rule with like 80% rules and 3D printing and all that crap. So we covered that, or I've covered multiple different things, whether if I had Flying Rich, Crump, or Guns and Gadgets, and any I've covered it before, but I find that my channel is more like okay, how-to tutorials, gun reviews, gear reviews, just talking about like all this shit that's going on. Okay,
Right.
that's just you're swatting it away. Let's just focus on something that takes your mind off of all this negativity and be happy for about 10 minutes and watch a bit. Like that's how I've always been. Thank you, Dr. Catmilk. I appreciate the subscribe.
Yeah, no, I get it. And for me, it's probably part of the reason that I haven't spent a lot of time doing videos recently, because I know you said that you're kind of burnt out. A
Oh yeah.
lot of guys are burnt out with it right now. It's the winter. It's getting over the winter. Finally getting some decent weather, and you're kind of like, I just want a moment to be a human, and it feels weird because it's like when you're doing content, it's like I really enjoy doing the content. I enjoy making it. It's weird. I actually kind of enjoy the editing process and getting through putting something up and creating something. But at the same time, it's like it's a chore.
Yeah, I feel that yes and no. I got burnt out because like start of 2022, I usually take a 2-week break between Christmas and New Year's, and I came back from that break and I was like, I'm getting shit done this year. I'm not fucking around this year. That's just been my mentality. And I wanted to put out, I've been trying to, and the good thing was like, thank God YouTube Shorts came out because one, my YouTube Shorts do very well for my channel. And at the same token, it's much easier to put content out. I know it's on a different scale, but
Right.
I've been trying to consistently post every other day since like February. And that is usually between podcasts, Sunday and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. There's a video, and then back at it. Usually Thursday and Saturday there'll be a short, but like I've been doing like a ton of content, covering a shitload of guns, having great opportunities. My ammo bill has gone up through the roof, but it has been really fun. But I got burnt out, and I another reason why I needed to take a vacation. I took a
Yeah.
vacation.
No, and I get it. And a lot of people don't understand that. Like, yeah, I mean, a 10-minute video is a 10-minute video, but a 10-minute video is an hour of setup, an hour of filming, 3 hours to 5 hours of editing, getting that done. That's a lot of fucking work, and I respect the shit out of it because I mean I've done it. I did it when I was quote unquote unemployed. Um, I tried putting out content every single day for a little bit. I'm like, this ain't fucking working.
Yeah, I don't know
I'll
how
do
certain
3 a
people do it.
week, and then I did 3 a week, and then I went back to work full time, and I'm like, I'll do 1 a week, and now I'm to this point. I'm like, fuck. I do a live every Friday. If I get a video out, I get a video out. I do plan on once the riding season fully kicks up here, doing more motovlog stuff and doing more of my Pineapple Garage stuff, which less political, less kind of chorish. I think it'll be more fun for me again.
Yeah.
But it's like the politics are just so overbearing at this point. Everybody's tired of it. Nobody wants to fucking hear it anymore. We all know the fucking world is going to shit. All this stuff that's being talked about now, like food shortages, this and that, I've talked about months ago already. I'm like, why should I talk about it again? I told you 16 months ago, go fucking get to know your goddamn farmer. What can I help you with? Like, buy your eggs from a farm, buy your cow from a farm, buy your pig from a farm. You don't have to worry about where the fucking truck is going.
Yep.
So it's the same answer today. Like, support your local guy. If you want to support your local guy, put the money directly in his pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
Plain and simple.
You know, if I'm kind of late to the game with the whole prepping concept, but I'm
I
very
don't think. Well, this is the thing. Like, I think a lot of people put a lot of effort into prepping. I don't think you need to prep. I just think you need to have a supply chain. Have your
yeah.
own supply chain.
I think of it a little bit different on prepping because I had a great conversation a couple of months back on my show with my buddy Jason of the Rogue Banshee, and like he opened up my eyes to a whole different thought process when it comes to prepping. And he's like, "Well, think like this: what's going to happen first? Zombie apocalypse, or you losing your job and not having the financial stability to pay your bills?" And I was like, "Hmm." So I've been in the process of trying to pay off some bills as much as I can and be more financially stable in the event that something like that that's a more plausible idea.
Oh,
Now
absolutely.
this food shortages thing. Okay. So I'll be quite honest, my diet is shit. So I eat a lot of pasta.
I'm not 450 pounds for nothing.
Yeah, like
I can probably go, like everybody says, well, you can go 7 days without water, 21 days without food. I'm like, I'm betting I could probably go 40 days without food.
yeah, I could go
It
a
would be
little
hell
bit.
and people would fucking hate me, but I could probably do it.
Yeah, water, I've been pretty good at stocking up on water as much as I can. Um, and I'm thinking vitamins and stuff like that and antibiotics or just over the counter stuff. I've been trying to buy a little bit here and there just to like stock up because, I think of it in a reality standpoint where every time I eat, I get wicked bad acid indigestion, so I need antacids just to get through the day. I got massive knee problems, so it'd be good to have a little bit anti-inflammatory over-the-counter drugs to help my knee pain or my shoulder pain or something like that. Have a little bit on hand. That's kind of how I'm kind of easing into it. I'm not getting like a fucking bunker and loading up.
Right.
I bought a lot more ammo just because it's just there because I work at a gun shop. So
Right. I would say I don't disagree with the way you're taking it, and that's good. And the Rogue Banshee, for anybody who's not familiar, definitely go check him out as well. He's right up there with Clover Tech. He does a lot of stuff with Clover Tech, number one, but down to earth dude, knows his stuff,
such
and
an
he'll put
amazing
things in
person.
perspective for you. And that's a big thing. Is a lot of people get out of this whole like I'm prepping for World War III, and it's like, yeah, well, can you survive for 3 months if you lost your job?
That honestly, we all had that. We all had that reality when COVID hit 2 years ago.
Right.
A lot of us, I got laid off. I was laid off. Like, yeah, I was getting unemployment, but that's a reality of like, oh shit, like,
Right.
and we only thought it was 2 weeks. I ended up being laid. I was laid off for like 8 months.
Yeah, and that would be it would literally put my family out of house and home. It really would. And I mean, for me, I'm lucky enough that I work in the food industry, so like in manufacturing and machinery creation for food production. So
Yep.
I never had to worry about a layoff. We worked straight through. Did we innovate a little bit? Yeah, but we worked straight through. And for the most part, we did so without incident. So we had a few little outbreaks, but nothing major. And at the end of it, looking back, like I feel really bad for a lot of the people who were laid off and a lot of the people who were not considered, necessary.
Essential.
Essential. There you go. Essential. That's the word I was searching for, and I could not seem to grasp it.
Dude, I was
Um,
a car salesman. I was the bottom of the friggin' totem pole. And we in Massachusetts, we had 3 stages of like reopening. I was in
right.
the final stage. But by then I realized I hated my job. I had a massive mental breakdown. I was going through a lot mentally, and I just was like, I quit. Like, I can't do this job. Like, I don't, it's not good for my mental health. And then I made the great decision of going to armed security, which was 10 times as worse because that job sucked ass.
Yeah. The only
It was,
experience that I have in any like law enforcement, armed security, or anything like that is being pinned to the ground with 9 rifles to the back of my head. So
yeah, that's
we
not
don't,
good.
we'll leave that alone.
Yeah, dude, I was an armed guard at the registry of motor vehicles. Okay. And I had to literally ask all this COVID questions for you to go in. I had a clipboard and, oh,
Oof.
it sucked. It sucked. I was a glorified run a cop with a Glock 19 on my hip. Like,
Oof.
and it felt so good because my company moved me around to all the registries in South Shore, so I went all over. And I used to have to go to Martha's Vineyard, which is an island. So I'd wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, drive down the Cape to get to the ferry by like 5:30, and then I'd have to then take like a half hour, 45-minute ferry ride to the island, then take a taxi to the registry. I got sick of that bunch of stuff, and thank God Cape Gunworks was hiring, and I applied, went for an interview, and when I got the job, I was on the Martha's Vineyard, and I was on my break, and I got the call, and I got everything all set, and I just felt this huge sigh of relief. I didn't care. I was in such a chipper mood. I got on that ferry. I wrote my 2-week notice and emailed it to him on the ferry ride back from the island. And I'm driving just with this shit eating grin on my face. It was like a 2-hour ride. I stopped at a cigar shop, got a cigar, and I'm like, oh, I got 2 weeks left in this shithole. And I love going to work every single day. The people at Cape Gunworks are awesome. I've had some really good opportunities, and I'm doing what I love. So it's so fun working at a gun shop. If you work at a gun shop and you hate your job, please leave, because there's probably 15,000 people like us that would love to have that job.
Right. So my question is this. So how do I put this? I don't want to turn this into some like commercial, like "Welcome to Sonoran Desert Institute." What did you do to get into gunsmithing, and how did you do that? Like the education portion. Did you just happen to fall into like, hey, I'm going to work with this guy. He's going to kind of do an apprenticeship with me. I'm going to do this and work it, or was it more SDI for you? Not necessarily
So
SDI. I'm just saying, like putting it out there.
So I did go to SDI.
Well, there you go.
I don't know. I think because I wanted to work for the firearms industry. Um, and I thought in my mind, if I had a degree in the firearms industry and I have a legit associate's degree in firearms technology, um, that would give me an edge. It's a $10,000 piece of paper saying that I can be trained in the firearms industry. You know, um, it I always like working on stuff. So gunsmithing, it was a natural progression. I always like working on my guns, and I wanted to learn. And yeah, you learn a lot about gunsmithing, but you learn a shitload of information just going through SDI or Modern Gun School or wherever you want to go. So I went there and kicked ass, by the way, just throwing that out there.
Good job. Good.
And it felt good knowing that I'm a college graduate and I don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loan debt. I waited a good amount of time to go to college, and I don't have as much debt as all my other friends do. So, and I'm actually working in the field I went to college for. So I had a couple of reasons why I went to SDI. And
so you didn't do a gender-based dance theory?
No, I didn't do underwater basket weaving. I didn't do.
Perfect.
I unfortunately don't have that class right now. You know,
I figured in Massachusetts that'd have been there, but
no. It was online too, so I was able to work full time, and it was a rough it was a rough year and a half too. I think I did it was a 2-year degree. I did it in like a year and 4 months. But like I was getting married at the time. I was getting married while I was in college. So like there was a lot of stuff, but I still did it and I'm proud of myself for doing it. Um it was kind of like a not a slap in the face, but like just like a oh, okay. When I was talking to my boss one day, he's like, so as your degree did not factor in to you getting the job here. I was just like, what? He's like, well, think of it like this. Yeah, you have that degree saying you went to a gunsmithing college, but at the same time, this is your first job in gunsmithing, right? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, there you go. I'm like, oh, okay. But they did take a chance on me. I was very new to it. But I kind of knew my shit. So like it's not like I was completely oblivious. I kind of understood how
Right.
guns work. Thankfully SDI was able to, teach me a lot of stuff where I can articulate that in an interview. But he's like, it wasn't like a big contributing factor. And I will say I lied up a storm in that interview. Oh my God. I said I knew
Fake it
so
till you
many.
make it. That's
Oh,
the
I
best way to
said
do it.
I knew so many people, and I was probably truthful about 30% of the people I said I knew. So, um, but I did my recon. So like I knew, okay, this guy trains there, this guy knows this guy that
Right.
works there, and I just dropped every name I possibly could. So
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do to get in sometimes, and then it's all about just maintaining and keeping it up. So I can respect that. I know I've been there. I've done it. It's how you get ahead in life. Sometimes,
yeah,
unfortunately,
sometimes
you
you
gotta
gotta get
make it
in.
work, and then get in and prove it. So
And that's the thing. I could never sit like right now sitting behind a desk would be actually freaking amazing because I'd just be working by myself. But I couldn't do like a department store life. I did the trades for so long and it really burnt me out. I dealt with some shitty builders. I wasn't a tradesman. I didn't like every winter I was getting laid off and I wanted to be happy. I've always been a big preacher of peace of mind, and when I'm working around firearms and when I'm talking about firearms to people that might be new to firearms, I'm happy. Like that is my happy spot. Getting to break down a gun for the first time. I knew this like working at Cape Gunworks was like really good for me because like my first like month in, I, I don't know why it sticks out to me, but like this guy brought in like a real deal Browning high power. Like it was like original. I forget the markings it had on it. And he's like, "Hey, I've got this from my grandfather. Can you just see if it's worth shooting? Like, can you clean it up?" And like, it wasn't that bad. It had some surface rust. Guy didn't know how to take it apart, and like, I at least knew how to take the gun apart. And he's like, "Yeah, I want you to test fire." I've never shot a Browning high power in my life, and when I was able to go on the range and shoot that, I was like, "This is my job." I do this for a living, and there's some guns that I just despise shooting, and thank God the range guys are crazy enough to like, yeah, we'll shoot that. Like we had a guy that brought in like a 300 Weatherby Magnum, and
oof.
he wanted to test and set it in at 25 yards for a 25-yard zero. I'm like, dude, you know how obnoxious this is going to be? No muzzle brake, like, oh my God. And I don't like big recoil guns, like 30-06. It's like my tipping point around that, like 270. That's my tipping point. Anything higher, I'm like, I don't want to shoot that. Like, no.
Yeah.
Even 12 gauge, I'm like, ugh, I love shotguns, but like I don't know, I'm not a recoil guy.
I don't know. I
But
like
like
big recoil guns though, but I'm like, I always looked at it like I can take it. Like I was trained early in taking recoil because my dad thought he was doing me a favor by buying a Smith and Wesson Youth Model 12 gauge,
yeah,
which
yeah,
just meant I got a short barreled shotgun
yep.
and they kick like a fucking mule.
Yeah, no, that's not me. I want to preserve my shoulders are already wrecked from carrying extension ladders and painting for years, but also like I also think, okay, I think of it logically too. I work at an indoor range. There's an indoor range. I want to preserve my hearing. I don't want to be shooting loud calibers and damage the already damaged hearing I have. So
You
like
gotta
I
wear the
blew.
ear pro, man.
I have the Ear Pro, but also it's just still it's indoor
Yeah.
range, man. But
Yeah,
like
it's an interesting thing. So as you get older, you actually start thinking about that a little bit more. I'm like, between the ages of 12 and 24, I hunted in the woods and I shot without ear pro like nobody's business. We sighted our guns in, we did this, we shot at the range. I fucking shot trap like on leagues with no ear protection. And I was like, I'm all cool, we're good. I was also the dumbass kid with like 4 12-inch subwoofers in the back of his car, like
same
just
with me. I
pounding the
blew my
fucking music. And now I'm like, I enjoy the silence when I turn my radio completely down and just drive for the 15 minutes to work and listen to my ears just ring all the way there.
yeah. That's the thing. I blew my eardrums out when I was a kid from those loud subwoofers and then all that stuff. But I'm more of just protecting my hearing. I'm starting to get tinnitus like bad, where it's like I'm like it starts the ringing will just start and I'm like, oh, okay, that's hurt. That hurts. Oh, good God. That's a bad one. Then I'll last for about like 5 seconds, but that you know
So,
it's
so Bacon, I'm going to put it this way. If you have never shot a short barreled shotgun, take a shockwave
oh my God, I
and run
hate
a
shooting those
3-inch
guns.
mag through it.
I hate those guns. I hate the shockwave so much. It's the dumbest thing on God's green earth.
Here's the wife. She says, then you got married. Now you hear nothing.
Yep.
I hear everything that I want to hear.
Selective hearing.
I'm just saying. She knows. She knows it's selective hearing. I get a hearing test done every 2 years, and it's perfect. Your hearing is phenomenal. Don't tell my wife.
Well, no, that's the thing. Like if she'll like I've noticed with my wife, she'll say something to me, she'll be sitting right next to me. If I'm not looking right at her, I don't hear her.
My
Like
ears are like, I like to compare my ears to LED lights. They're very omnidirectional.
yep. Yep.
I have to be pointed in a certain like she can talk to, I can like mumble under my breath 3 rooms away between 3 doors, things closed, and she'll be like, "What the fuck did you just say?" Okay. And then like I can literally not hear her on the other side of the half wall that's like right there. I'm like, I can't fucking hear nothing. Like, stop it. There's water running in a room over there.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
kids are pitter pattering over there. Like, how the fuck do you expect me to like arrange this that I can hear you? and yeah, selective.
Yeah, definitely selective.
The goddamn bacon says challenge accepted. Yeah. I don't mind it. Go for it. One-handed, 3-inch mag, shockwave. Only load 1 shell, please, for safety.
I just think it's dumb. Like I want to do a video of like the dumbest guns people think are like the coolest things in the world. A lot of them are going to be shotguns, but like I don't know. There's some great innovation out there for guns and like gear, but there's just certain guns that like literally I could see people are sitting around the table saying, "What can we get these redneck people to buy like
Right?
a
The
crap
the
ton of?"
fucking I think in my Discord server last week we were having conversation about the 950 JDJ.
950 JDJ. What is that?
It's a 24 millimeter cartridge. It's shot out of an 85 to 150 pound rifle.
Oh, okay. Isn't it like $40 per bullet or something like that?
Yeah, well, that was before COVID. I'm sure they're probably pretty similar now because I
Yeah,
don't see
I've
the
heard of
demand
that.
going up very much.
Yeah, I've seen videos of that. Like, yeah, like that's something like okay, that's dumb. Like that's just fucking dumb.
Right. There's only one reason for that round, and it's to turn something's asshole into its eyeball.
Yeah, or like a normal like I'm all for it. Like, dude, if you want it, go ahead. Like that's your right. Like that you deserve to have that. It's your constitutionally protected right. But should you? Like it's just dumb. But like my big thing is like the Shockwaves. I think they're probably some of the stupidest guns in the world.
I think they actually have a purpose, though. And hear me out on this. The micro 12 gauge rounds, home defense.
With the Gila mini shells.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Gila mini shells, home defense shotgun. You
That's
can pie corners. You can get around everything easily. You've got the small shells with a massive fucking bang, which is either going to kill a motherfucker or scare him the fuck out of your house.
Yeah, I like the. I have never seen one in my store because Shockwaves are like really weird to get because we can get the 18-inch barrel Shockwaves.
I suppose where you guys are, it's like it's different. It's basically like, hey, congratulations, you have a Shockwave. It's a shotgun.
Yeah, so it's just weird, but like I know they make a 410, and like I love 410, and that I can understand because they make the SP Tactical Brace. I can see that being like kind of like a little perimeter or whatever, but like the 12 gauge shotgun, I'm like, it's just stupid. Or like the AR-12s, like any of those like Turkish import AR-12s, like oh my god, they're just so dumb. And then my recent one is the Bodyguard 380. I've hated that gun forever, and today I've just despised it because what happens is a big shout out to Black Diamond Guns and Gear who just popped in here, my buddy. The people that bring these Bodyguard 380s to me, and they're like, oh, they're having I can't get it to cycle. It's having some massive just feeding issues, and I'm like sitting there and like I have this customer service face, and then in my head I'm like, you are limp wristing, you piece of crap. All right, yeah, and I'm like, okay, hold on. And I hate shooting them. They're so dumb. I had one today. It was a like their nickel plated slide or like stainless steel slide with like scrolls on it. It was just dumb. And the guy's like has cycling issues. Nope. You're limp wristing. You can't hold the gun because it's so small and it's stupid. And then I have to end up just saying, yeah, here's $80 in labor fees because you you can't lock your wrist when you're shooting it.
Yeah, there's just certain guns that you got to hold them right. You got to do whatever. I mean, even like I don't shoot a ton, right? So I went shooting with Mario, Mechanic Molina. I haven't seen him in the chat yet tonight. But real quick, just because we got to do it, we do have to do the new, improved, updated penetration.
Penetration! You didn't like that? Oh, what about this? Penetration!
Yeah. So if you're new to the show, penetration has always been there, the bicycle one. But we got Mario on camera, who is a competitive shooter. Whether he admits it or not, he is a competitive shooter. And he can fucking bang the shit out of a fucking target. We'll just say that. Met him in South Carolina last 2 weeks ago now. 2 weeks ago now. And had a good time.
Hell yeah.
But even then, just like I shot an STI 2011.
I've always wanted to shoot
with like a 2-pound fucking trigger on it. And a safety so light that you literally accidentally just bump it, it goes back on. And the recoil of the fucking gun meant that it actually just went on and off randomly. So I was like, I literally had to get into the habit of actually holding down the safety, which pissed me off even more because it's got a grip safety, it's got a freaking thumb safety, and then obviously the one between your ears, right? Not cool, but an amazing gun nonetheless. There goes the camera again. Love it. This is phenomenal. This is absolutely the shit show tonight. Let's see. We're just going to try starting again. No. All right. This one. There it is. I don't know. It keeps wanting to jump to my OBS camera, which OBS is not open. Stop trying to jump to the OBS camera. I don't know.
No, you're not using a webcam. How do you use a camera?
So this is actually a Canon XD something camera. Got it for free because it didn't work. I fixed it, and it's like a $1,500 video camera. Phenomenal HD camera. It runs through a piece of shit $25 capture card, which I got for free on my free 99 PC. The other camera is actually a webcam, which is actually over here on top of this monitor, which is just an e-meat Chinese piece of garbage. But that one actually runs through a capture card. So,
Oh, so is it like a cable that goes to a card that goes to the computer?
yep. So I have an HDMI, a clean HDMI out on that camera, which runs to a capture card, which runs into USB into the computer and basically acts like a USB video camcorder. But it's run through literally. I was given it by a friend of mine. It's a $25 Chinese capture card. It's literally one of the best, cheapest available. They say if you're going to get these, though, that you should have like 3 of them because they go out quick. I've been using it for over a year. It's been pretty good. This is kind of what I deal with every once in a while. But I haven't been restarting my computer because the computer itself doesn't always like to start because it's built free. So,
Well, yeah. Well, I spent the big bucks, and thanks to obviously people that watch the podcast and some of my friends in the industry, my computer crashed like a couple months back, and a couple people they put me in tears on a show because they super chatted and stuff like that, and enough to where I was able to put a good down payment on a Mac. So I bought a like brand new MacBook Pro laptop and has the M1 chip in it, so like the processing time is like amazing. So I'm like, oh, I'd like to upgrade like the camera for the show, so I'm not like kind of like how you got right there with the microphone coming on the
right.
stand and all that stuff, just make it a little bit more professional. But yeah, I'm all about the Mac life. Like I can't do. I have an iPhone. I do the iPhone. I can't do anything Windows. Like I need Apple because I'm
get it.
I'm technologically illiterate, and Mac just makes it easy.
I get it. I get it 100%. Luckily, I work for a company that doesn't skimp when it comes to like power machines. So like if
Yeah.
this system ever went down, I'm like, I wouldn't even have to buy a new computer. I would just buy like a $300 docking station
Yeah.
and then plug my laptop in, which I literally just got an upgraded laptop this week. So I'm like, I tested it just to see. I'm like, well, we'll see what happens. And if I ever need to travel and do a stream, let's see what it does. Like they didn't skimp at all. I'm like, it's got a fucking i7 Pro 11850 processor, which is a multi-core processor. It's got a RTX 3070 fucking graphics card in it. I'm like, 64 gigs of RAM, we're good. Like, it's a fucking $3,500 fucking computer. I'm like, I don't need to spend money. Why should I spend it?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, I like my home PC. I like being able to do this, and it's not dependent on my employment. So,
well, yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. I just figured like, all right, I'll buy once, cry once, and went with Apple, and I've never regretted my decision. So I was like, oh hell yeah. And that's the thing. Now doing the show, I've noticed that like I don't have as much internet issues. I don't have connection issues. Like it's just straight away easy
right.
peasy, lemon squeezy. So, but yeah, that's peace of mind.
In the Discord, and I'm going to share it just because I can. We'll add this over here. I'm going to try to zoom in, but here, click open original. That should do it. Move this over here. And there you go. From the bacon. I hope you guys can see that. There we go. Give the man what he wants. I want a pump action 2 gauge. You mean 20 gauge? Did I stutter? There you go. Big old shotty. There it is from the goddamn bacon in the Discord.
Yeah, I used to have a Discord, and then my Discord got hacked, and I was like, "F this, I'm done." I got to a point where like all my shit was getting hacked, and I think it's from my Xbox. My Xbox was the culprit, and I haven't turned my Xbox on since. So I just got off anything that I kept getting emails saying, we've noticed that this is an issue, or your password has been changed. I'm like, well, it didn't change my password, so it looks like that's done and over with.
Right.
So
No, I mean I got a lot of that. Mine actually came most of it from, I think it was a Charter email, which would be pretty much any Spectrum email or Time Warner email, anything like that. They are the biggest hotbed for things getting hacked. So all my stuff is now linked to my website emails, which is great as long as I can keep this fucking shit show running and making things pay. But
yeah.
you gotta get more people to buy some fucking holsters.
Yeah. So what do you got going for? So what do you do for holsters?
Right now I just do a universal mount holster. Kind of basically put it wherever you want. It was kind of it was not kind of, it was 100% designed for saddlebags on a motorcycle.
Oh hell yeah!
So I'll go here. We'll pull it up, and then we'll get to that point first. So share it. This one. So it's essentially, it's 100% designed and meant for saddlebags of a holster, or holsters in a saddlebag. They're full Kydex. A couple of videos from other individuals, but they mount directly through the saddlebag. They're using an ELS system, so you can switch them out if you've got more than one gun, or if you maybe want to move it to a different position, maybe like under your desk, something like that. And then just various different patterns that we make, and they're all made in Wisconsin. They used to be made in America. We're just going to say that, but had issues with our supplier, went through some things like that, which kind of put a hamper on the whole fucking business. Disrespect, money taken, took time to get things out. I had orders that were made on Thanksgiving that didn't get shipped out until after January, which that's all been dealt with. Now we're actually able to ship within 5 days. So if I get an order tonight, I would put the order in with Windfall Defense LLC, which is the company that's actually making my holsters now. They're out of Green Bay. I'm based in Wisconsin. They're an hour and a half away from me.
Oh,
And,
you're in CRS firearms territory.
I am very close to CRS. So Coloma is essentially an hour and a half, but it's a different direction from Green Bay.
Oh, okay.
So I actually pass near Coloma to get to my up north destination that I go through all the time. So I haven't ever been able to connect with Matt, but we've talked in the past, being close enough. So,
oh hell yeah!
But yeah, it's definitely CRS firearms territory, if you want to put it that way.
I've never actually had a full blown conversation with him, but from what I see and what I see, he seems to be a very nice dude. So
he's very business minded. I'll say that, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Most of my conversations that I've had with him in the past were based around business. I used to run a company called Boog Brand.
I used to see the presented by Boog Brand. I've watched a couple of the shows with some of the some of the industry people, and I'm like, oh, Boog Brand, is that what this channel was used to call? They turned into that, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what it used to be. It's what we used to be. We got canceled pretty harshly.
Really?
Compliments of the Boog Boys. So
when that whole thing went down,
my logo got associated with the Boog Boys, and because of that and their association, no industry manufacturer was willing to work with me. None. So I very quickly lost everything, including my payment processor, on a Friday when I was going into a sale. So it shut the business down effectively. Gone into it in great depth, but whatever. I mean, we were doing okay. We were staying in the green, basically, because we got into it in COVID, basically. Right. I started in February, right before COVID started. I opened that business. And we were based all on, like, I was taking in orders, and then I was sending it to this manufacturer who happened to be in North Carolina, which was shut down early and often. And it was non-essential business. So my lead times went from being like 7 days to being 6 weeks. And I was open and honest with everybody, and I did as best I could to keep everybody updated, and we did succeed and carried through. But then the whole Boog Boys situation, all that shit kicked off, and it was like, oof. And my whole logo got associated with the Boog Boys and the Boogaloo movement, and I'm like, oh Jesus Christ! I fucking chose the name based on a meme.
Yeah.
And I get to sit here and say the wife was right. She's like, "Don't do that." I'm like, "The Boog brand rolls off the tongue. It's great. It's fucking phenomenal."
Yeah.
Like, I got fucking tin cups out to Brandon Herrera. He's done a meme review with my mug in his hand. Like, this is fucking phenomenal. Like, yeah, it didn't work out.
Hey, dude, it's think about that. I didn't know that, so if I brought up some sore subject, my bad.
No, it's all cool. I don't care. Like, it's all a learning experience. So
exactly, that's exactly what I was gonna say. It's a learning experience, And I mean, hey, how could you predict that was gonna happen?
Right. How am I going to know that a bunch of guys wearing some fucking Hawaiian print T-shirts were going to be the downfall of a business?
Go ahead and just ruin everything.
No association with them. They literally said, like, the manufacturers were saying that my logo was the logo of the Boogaloo Boys. I'm like, you're on fucking crack, and if it is, I need to sue a motherfucker because
trademark infringement.
That's my shit. That is a copyright of JBSR LLC and blah 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 blah. I'm like, no, that ain't working that way.
Yeah, no, yeah, that sucks.
Definitely. But yeah, it is a learning experience. As she says, he didn't listen to his wife.
I know. My wife always tells me stuff all the time. She's like, you should have listened to me. I'm like, I know.
Hindsight is always 20/20.
It is.
And you think that as much as it happens that we'd learn, but it's like, no, we don't.
We're men. I find, listen, hindsight's 20/20, especially with like buying guns and stuff like that. There's certain stuff that like I've bought guns before, and I'm like, oh, this thing's sick, and I'm like, I regret buying that stupid thing. Why did I do that? Like, everyone has that. Oh, I shouldn't have bought this gun. This is so stupid.
Right. Yeah. No. It is. It's all. Hindsight's 20/20. Look, we married you because you're smarter than us.
Exactly.
Just accept that and move on, okay? We fail a lot, and it's never going to change.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as the holsters themselves, like I said, we do have some Ruger stuff. I got the LC9, the 5.7, the LCP, the SR9C. I'm pretty sure I could talk to him about getting a drone to get you into your holster, into a Kydex.
Yeah. Now is it now I can wear this like in the waistband?
So what I'm doing here is all strictly this.
Okay.
But we have discussed it potentially about me promoting his work 100%. I have no want or need. I guess I'm going to put it this way. I have no want or need to release an inside the waistband holster.
Yep.
I will work with him potentially to do a custom Tactical Pineapple one in the future because he does have the ability to print on Kydex, do custom logos, custom things like that. Maybe I'll do that in the future. But I only wanted to do this like express holster because it was kind of like a design that was lacking in the industry. Now there's one other competitor who's copying exactly what I'm doing, and I can't say that they're copying it because they're doing what I originally intended to do, which is come off of the actual mounting point for the saddlebag.
Yep.
But what they are doing is the same exact reason that I didn't want to go that route, and it's because it sits so far off of the bag. Yep. So it takes up too much room inside of the bag, in my opinion.
Yep.
Whereas mine is tucked flush as it can be, but it allows you to get your thumb behind it to get a full purchase on the pistol.
Yep. Now, what do you ride for a motorcycle?
I have a Street Glide.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Wouldn't trade it for nothing. The wife knows that as much.
I'm looking
to sell it many times.
Dude, I'm looking to get into riding because my brother rides. My dad used to ride, and I'm like, I've always wanted a Harley. I want to get myself a Dyna Wide Glide so bad.
Yo, you're gonna be a Dyna boy, huh? Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, if that has some type of like douchebag.
No,
Sanders
no,
short
no.
pants.
Here's the thing. So there's a lot of guys who give a lot of shit. I'm like, I run a Street Glide. It's amber whiskey. I have speakers on my bike. Yep, I'm a TikToker. Like I get on TikTok and I do this, and I've got my Me
Dude,
Too bike. Yes, I know.
You're on TikTok?
I am on TikTok. I don't have shit for followers, and I don't do a lot of content, but I am there at the real Tactical Pineapple or Real Tactical Pineapple. I think it's just Real Tactical Pineapple.
Yeah, let me give you a follow. I'm all about the TikToks.
Yeah.
12.5 thousand followers, Hey.
Yeah, you're doing good on that shit.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like I don't put enough effort into the social medias. I guess I need to do better.
Just do better.
Just do better, man. It's the reality of it though, is like it's time consuming and I work my ass off for my job and then I come home and I want to spend time with my kids and my wife. And it's like, so I've always dedicated like the time after my kids go to bed while my wife is working, because she works second shift, to do like other social media stuff.
Yep.
And then I'm like, now my kids are going to bed. It's like 9:00, 9:30. They're finally asleep. And I'm like, I got to be up for work at 4:00 in the morning. So I got to make a decision. Do I want 4 hours of sleep, or do I want to put up a fucking YouTube video and have 2 hours of sleep?
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, well, I'll just get up early and I'll record a video in the morning and then I'll edit it on my breaks at work and I'll get it up. And I'm like, it just never fucking happens. So I've got to do better that way, but we'll get there.
Yeah, definitely.
When it came to doing like the moto vlogs and stuff like that, and able to ride, like I'm riding that 15 minutes no matter what. And I've always been this is like the thing that drives a lot of YouTubers crazy. Every video that I've ever posted is a single take video. I will cut things out.
I'm jealous.
I will cut things out, but it's one take straight through. I don't fucking go and redo this or redo that. And I'm like, if the video sucks, it just doesn't get posted. But at the same time, I'm like, I have a focus on what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. And I try to do it. And if I veer a little bit, I veer. But if I don't, I don't. And it's all going up regardless.
I've been lucky enough where I don't have to retake a lot of stuff. While I'm doing it, I cut everything up in different clips. I don't just turn the camera on and just start doing it. I can't do that. But like there's been times where I'm trying to make a video. Like I tried doing a how to clean and lubricate a CZ712 shotgun. That effing video took me like 4 tries to do. It just didn't want to work. Like it, oh my God. I was like, I had all the raw footage and I'm like, I'm scrapping all of this. Like, I'm not doing this video. There's times where I'm just like, this just looks like shit. And like, I just don't even put it out.
Right. And sometimes you just got to do that and understand like, this one's not going to go. This one's not going to work. I've been there. I've done it. And I don't know. Like I said, I don't have time to do a lot of different things. So just trying to cohesively just run into it and just go.
Yeah.
Which is funny because when I've got some videos that are 25, 30 minutes long of me just ranting. And it's like that video that's 28 minutes was 29 and a half minutes long before I started editing it.
Yeah.
And I added an intro, which was 30 seconds. And now I've gone away from that because I'm like, I watch all these people who are like, well, this intro, the stinger thing is going away, guys. You got to get rid of it. And I'm like, it makes sense. Like, if I look at my fucking analytics, I lose half the people who are watching my video right there. Like, it's gone. There you go. Now you get a flash. Now you get that. It's crazy the amount of detail that you have to pay attention to succeed in content creation.
Oh, yeah. You have no idea. I'm still trying to, like, get a hold of my analytics and stuff like that. And
now they're saying that the end screen's going away. I'm like, what?
No
more end screens.
Then I'm not doing end screens. Fuck that.
Right. End screens are going away. What are you talking about? End screens are going away. Well, they don't want a dedicated end screen. Just let the videos pop up over your content. If they're going to click it, they're going to click it. If they're not, they're not. that totally makes sense.
It
Like
does,
I've got a
yeah.
whole end screen splash with music, everything. Get rid of it.
I have like no end screens are like
Where they've got the box for like you can subscribe or you got
oh
another
yeah
video.
okay yeah no one even uses that like no one uses mine so I'm just not even gonna do it. Screw that.
Right. So I know that it's late for you. You're getting tired. You're starting to yawn. It is
Sorry.
late for us. It's okay. It's okay. Like for those who don't know, I'm in Central Time. It is 10 p.m. This guy is in New England. It is 11:10 p.m. And he's still probably trying to wait for his left ear to stop popping from getting off the fucking airplane. So
Yeah, that went away about yesterday. That was crazy.
you know what? I fucking flew 2 weeks ago. My shit stopped popping, I think 2 days ago.
Well, my whole thing is my knee has been killing me lately, and it's just past like 2 days, and I'm like, oh, I was crumped up on an airplane for
Yeah,
like
exactly. Right.
hours. I'm like, all right, that makes sense.
Yeah, I was crumped up in an airplane. I got stuck in the very back seat on a fucking piece of junk Airbus 720, whatever, 320, 316 or some shit. That means you got like 3 inches of leg room, and the guy in front of me goes, "Hey, you know what's a great idea? I'm gonna recline all the way back." I'm like, dude, I can
Oh
literally
yeah,
fucking punch you in your forehead right now. I want to kill you. Like,
oh yeah.
just so you know, the only thing that is stopping me from choking you out is the fact that I can't move my arms.
Oh yeah, dude. I noticed that too when I was in the airport when I was going through all that shit with Spirit. I was getting like really aggravated, as rightfully so. But I'm like, I can't lose my shit here. I'll get arrested in an airport. Like, oh my god, I'll be on a no. Like, I
Oh,
had that self check moment, and my wife was just like, "I'm proud of you. You did good. You didn't flip out as
you
much as I
did good.
thought
You
you
did
did."
good. Yeah, I'm sitting here. I'm like, the only reason I'm not going to kill a motherfucker is because I'm traveling for work and my family depends on my livelihood. Like, I am literally representing my company right now. I'm representing don't do it. Don't do it. Don't. I know you could crush his forehead. Don't do it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. Like, it also made me feel better because my job, when I called them, I told the situation. I've like my whole thing is like I thought I was getting fired. Like I'm not going to be at work when I was supposed to. And my boss, my manager, was just like, "Dude, welcome to travel. Like it happens. Don't worry about it, dude." Like they're just so awesome. I that's why I always tell people like, dude, definitely try and go over to like CapeGunworks.com and see what they got. They got some good deals on some guns, and their
There
used
you go. You're
inventory is
putting it
pretty
out there.
good.
CapeGunworks.com. That's where you go to buy all your stuff that you need to from your FFL transfer
Yeah.
individuals.
Use code SGNE10 for 10% off your entire order.
There you go. There you go.
Shameless
Pop the
plug.
code.
Yeah, shameless plug.
The Seamus plug. SGNE. 10%. We'll even put this in the chat.
Wow, appreciate
10% at www.capegunworks.com. There you go.
Appreciate that, dude. That means a lot.
No, you know what? I don't make any money off my shit. Somebody should.
I don't even make anything
No,
off
you don't
of
make
that.
money, but you get the benefit of your boss going, "Hey, this dipshit sold something this week."
Yeah. It's fun. I really enjoy my boss. We have some very fun interactions. There's like I came back from vacation, so I'm all like chipper, and he like walked by me this morning, just like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" And I'm like, "Good morning. How are you doing?" And he just like looked at me and was just like,
All right.
"Okay," and just walked the
Random
other
drug
way.
test scheduled for Thursday.
I can't wait. That's just funny as hell. I mess with those people way too much because I'm like squeaky clean. Like I don't do
Right.
any of that.
Would you like a beard hair? Would you like a head hair?
Yeah.
Pube?
Oh yeah. They hate me whenever I have to do it because I make it a joke and they like it's their livelihood. Like me having to pee in a cup and it's like, oh, I'm definitely gonna be a dick about this. Like,
Right. Would
so
you like a scrape, a rub? What do you need? Salt
yep.
the rim?
Yep, definitely.
All right, let everybody know where they can find you. Obviously, Shooting Gallery New England on YouTube. It looks like from TikTok, Shooting Gallery New England on TikTok as well.
Yep, shooting gallery NE, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Twitch. Instagram, it's Shooting Gallery New England, one word. Every Monday and every Sunday, Monday, we have a podcast, and we have a shitload of content coming out this in the next couple months. So just stay tuned. I appreciate you having me on, dude. This was mad
It's
fun.
been good. It's been fun. It is your first time on Tactical Pineapple live, so I will also give you one fully clean penetration before we go.
Penetration! You didn't like that? Oh, what about this? Penetration!
Everybody loves penetration. It makes you laugh. It fucking
does, yeah.
phenomenal.
Hey,
It's good stuff.
that's what it's meant for.
Thanks for coming on the show. I will let you go. Get to your wife, have some fun, go to bed, whatever you're gonna do, and I'm gonna do the same. So for all you fucking weirdos in the chat who like to watch this shit, I appreciate you. I'm glad you stopped by. Apparently there was a seizure warning, probably some twitching in the chat. And yes, we are live on Twitch tonight. We are live on Facebook. We are also live on YouTube. This show will post up on Odyssey, all the places that you can find us. I'm not on Rumble yet, like Black Diamond Guns and Gear, because I'm not going to pay to post my content. But maybe if you fuckers ever actually start paying me, we will do it. The Goddamn Bacon posted a link to Shooting Gallery New England in the chat because he's a fucking boss. And always, 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 directly after my show, head on over to the Goddamn Bacon for a nightly fucking shit show that could last 10 minutes or 7 fucking hours. So he's always got something fun going on.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Bacon. Appreciate that.
Yeah. And thank you, Shooting Gallery New England, for stopping by and having a great time with us.
Anytime, man. Have fun.
Check out his stuff. He's at 1,600 subscribers. He is drastically undersubscribed like pretty much everybody we have on this show. I don't have any reach. Otherwise, I would say get over there and subscribe. Like all 80 you fuckers who are watching, if you aren't subscribed, fucking subscribe, okay? Like the 26 of you who are going to see this video over the course of the next 7 months, because YouTube will not share my shit with anybody, please go subscribe to this man. He deserves it.
I appreciate that, dude. That means a lot.
I appreciate you stopping by again, and everybody have a safe, happy weekend. And always remember, carry your pistols. Brandon fucking hates them.